Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. EQA Nostalgia here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the plants in Garden Warfare. I've been hearing a lot of people say on the forums that the plants are underpowered. I've seen it in other people's YouTube videos. It seems like every time I turn around, somebody's complaining that the zombies are more powerful, and yada yada yada, which is completely false. You know, some people. I guess the main thing is that zombies are more traditional because they feel more like something out of Call of Duty. You know, they got the whole shooter aspect thing. It's just more prevalent with them. Whereas plants, they're more defensive, and I think you have to take a little bit more time to get used to them. Typically, zombies can just kind of zerg in there, and they don't have to give too much thought. Kind of like I just did, running straight into a Sonic, into a Sonic mine, and then blowing it up again. You're not a pro if you don't do that, by the way. But anyway, people just I think that it takes more time to get used to playing as a plant. Now, obviously, zombies can't zerg. If there's a good team and they just try to zerg for the garden, they're not going to last. Sometimes that does work, though. You can get on a team and zerg straight for the garden. Sometimes it works. But if you're playing against plants that know what they're doing, you're just going to continuously get shut down. Now, what I'm doing here with the cactus is I'm trolling the engineer. That's basically the primary job, in my opinion, of the cactus, is to shut down the teleporter in gardens and graveyards, completely stop the engineer from setting up the teleporters, because without those teleporters, they're going to have a lot harder of a time capturing that garden. It's really essential that at least one person does their absolute best to troll this teleporter. Now, the pea shooter can do it as well, but I think that that the cactus is more effective. Usually when I roll with the cactus, there's always a pea shooter with me, which is nice because he's got his chili bean bomb. He can set up in a high spot, use a Gatling pea, and we shut them down almost all the time. Whenever I play as a plant, not to brag, whenever I play as a plant, 9 times out of 10 I win. And there's a lot of people that are, oh man, every time I play as a plant I lose. It comes down to you. If you're a good player, you're going to carry your team that much further, and it really can come down to one individual player not playing their role properly. And it's one of the things I love about this game, is that you can really make an impact. I mean, this guy, he doesn't know what's going on. I mean, he's just getting destroyed, and you can say, well, he's a noob, you know, he doesn't know what the heck's going on. But I do this all the time. Sometimes I have a harder time doing it because the people that are playing is the engineers. Maybe they got an all-star with them. Maybe they know what they're doing a little bit more. But for the most part, I shut down the teleporter. I don't allow anybody to get in there. Now, she's doing her thing. She's healing. Everybody's got their own role. You need to find what fits for you. If you find that you're not that good at sniping, or maybe you just suck with the drone, don't play as a cactus. Maybe try playing support. Play as a healer. You know, play as the sunflower and heal people. But the main thing is as a plant, more so than the zombies, I think, is you have to play as a team. If you're not watching the garden, you know, if you're not watching the teleporter, the zombies can just get away with zerging in there, and they don't even really have to play as a team so much. If the plants don't know what they're doing, they can just zerg. So if you have 2 teams, let's say the plants don't know nothing, they're new, and the zombies don't know nothing, they're new, the chances of the zombies winning are probably going to be greater, because they can just continuously zerg. And if they get that teleporter up, the plants don't know to shut it down, it's going to be that much harder for them. So yes, in a sense, it's easier to play as a zombie. But as you evolve and start to learn the game, plants are just as powerful as zombies are, man. I mean, you really can't say that they're not. Maybe for newbies they're not, but once you learn them, they're a force to be reckoned with. Now, the Chomper, there's a lot of people, even myself, when I first played the Chomper, I was like, I'm not really feeling this. I get a kill, and then I die, because there's always somebody behind the person I kill. And then I understood, you got to play like Metal Gear Solid style, you know? You're Solid Snake, the Chomper. You need to go after individuals. You know, you need to be sneaky. You need to set up ambushes. If you chomp a group of zombies, you're going to get shot down, and it's no good. I've actually been on the top of the Vanquish listed at the end of the game as a chomper. And the first time I did that, I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that. But it occurred to me, hey, you need to change it up. You need to play differently. You can't play a chomper like a pea shooter. You can't just go out there and think that you're going to be all right. Now the pea shooters are small. You need to take advantage of that. They're harder to hit. You need to stay mobile. You need to use your hyper a lot and just stay on the move and use that splash damage to your advantage. Get up high, splash down. Use your Gatling when you can from a high place. And the chili bean bomb is awesome. If you fire that into the garden when there's a bunch of zombies, you're going to get kills. If there's just 2 zombies in the garden and you fire that in there, you're more than likely going to get at least one of them. And when the zombies zerg into the garden, there's 5, 6, 7 zombies in the garden, and you fire that thing off. Sometimes I've wiped out 6 or 7 enemies with one strike. You just have to be smart about the way you play. And the maps are designed very intelligently. The first garden in Gardens and Graveyards, it's really easy to capture. It's the easiest garden to capture. As it goes along, it progressively gets harder and harder with more choke points for the plants to defend. I mean, I've been playing shooters for years. For years. I mean, my first shooter was Medal of Honor. Came out in like 99 or something like that. Actually, my first shooter was Duck Hunt on Nintendo, if you can really call that a shooter. Galaga on Atari 2600. I'm getting kind of old here, guys. So, I mean, I've been playing for a long time. And I have to say, these maps are some of the best maps I've ever seen. I mean, I used to love SOCOM 1 and 2. They had great maps. But the balance of the maps here, I've never seen anything quite like it. They're perfectly balanced. You can't really say any one map leans towards any other side. And, yeah, Gardens and Graveyards maps they're just awesome. So learn the map, take advantage of the choke points, take advantage of where you should be. Each class can take advantage of different areas more effectively. But yeah, I mean, that's about all I can really tell you. As you can see from this footage here, we just completely shut these guys down. And this is an average game for me. I'm not like stomping here. This is pretty much how I roll with the plant all the time. You just have to, you have to be doing your role. You have to play as a team. And the zombies have to do the same thing. Like I said, they can just zerg sometimes. That doesn't always work. If they're going against good plants, zerging is not effective. You have to learn there's different strategies for every class and every faction. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm probably going to be making a video for zombies as well, kind of give you guys a little bit of pointers about that. I thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.